The Super Bowl has had 15 host cities. Seattle is not one of them, mostly because of the various requirements that they do not meet, like other cities like Miami, New Orleans, Los Angeles, Tampa Bay, and San Diego do meet. One of the most important requirements are an average temperature of 50 degrees, which Seattle is sitting at around 46.5, and you need a covered stadium or a waiver given by the NFL. But Seattle does not have a covered stadium since the demolition of the Kingdome in 2000. So in this video, we will be going over every requirement that there is to be a host city for the Super Bowl and when I think Seattle will be eligible. Requirement number 1, your average temperature has to be at least 50 degrees. But in 2014, the NFL waived this rule to allow New York to have a Super Bowl, and they have an open air stadium. But the NFL got lucky and it did not snow on that night when forecasts called for snow all the way up till that Saturday. The only precipitation that entire game was during Bruno Mars' Super Bowl halftime show, and during the game it was around 40 degrees, and it was actually colder in Denver and Seattle than in New York. But every other year, the Super Bowl has been held in a state or city with a covered stadium or warm weather climate. Does this help Seattle? No. New York is a bigger market than Seattle, and it doesn't look like the NFL is going back to New York with the Super Bowl anytime soon. Although, the average temperature in Seattle in the state of February has been slowly but steadily rising, and by the year probably 2035, we should be around the 50 degree mark. Right now we're at around 46.5. In 2006, the average temperature was around 45 degrees, and today it's around 47, and by 2041 it could be around 50 to 52 degrees. Requirement number 2, your stadium has to have at least 70,000 seats. Lumen Field currently has 69,000 seats. 2015, they renovated and added 2,000 seats from the original 67,000. And by 2031, I think if they really wanted to host a Super Bowl, they could always add a couple more thousand seats. So by 2031, we could have 71,000, and by 2041, we could have around 73,000. Do I think that will happen? Yes. If Seattle wants to host a Super Bowl bad enough, they will add a couple thousand more seats. Requirement number 3, ample parking. Lumen Field has around 25,000 parking spaces around the stadium. There are spaces behind the north side of the stadium, not to mention the parking spaces in the parking garage in the event center, and there are multiple lots that people sell where people can tailgate, can park, and walk up to the stadium. Number 4, entertainment area. For entertainment area, you've got the Lumen Field Event Center, where multiple events are held year-round. You've got the north end of the stadium, where the north gate is. And if the NFL really wanted more space, they could ask to use Safeco Field as additional entertainment area if they really needed to. Requirement number 5, you need a covered roof or a waiver from the NFL. Lumen Field currently has a cover that covers about 75% of the crowd, but it obviously does not have a full dome. It's kind of like Hard Rock Stadium with their cover. I really don't think rain or temperature will have a really big effect on whether they go to Seattle for the Super Bowl or not. I think it'll be more of like the city's infrastructure and entertainment area. But if the NFL really got picky, They could get creative and build a retractable roof between the two covers inside the stadium. I don't know how they would do that or how that would even work, but I'd assume it's possible, and I think someone really smart could figure it out. Requirement number 6, supporting infrastructure. In the 2019 infrastructure rankings, the state of Washington graded out as the third best in the country, behind Oregon and Nevada. Nevada finished first, Oregon second, and Washington third. One of the projects currently under construction is the ST3.
The ST3 plan would add 62 new miles of light rail with 37 more stations to create a 116-mile regional system. The plan would further expand Link Light Rail north to Everett via Payne Field, southwest Everett, south to Federal Way and Tacoma, east to downtown Redmond, and from South Kirkland to Bellevue and Issaquah, and west to West Seattle and Ballard via South Lake Union. And Tacoma Link would extend service to Tacoma Community College. When complete, our light rail system will be 5 times larger than it is today, similar in size to other major regions, including Chicago and Washington, D.C.
The ST3 plan will add much more transportation and will be completed around 2024 to 2041. State Route 520 will be fully completed in 2029 or sooner, and the Eastlink extension will be completed in 2023. Requirement number 7, practice space. A practice space available to the home team could be Husky Stadium, and that is a couple miles away from Lumen Field. I'm not 100% sure what the NFL would have to do to get permission to use Husky Stadium, and then the other is Memorial Field. It was actually the home of the first televised event in Seattle history, but the Seattle Dragons and the Seattle Reign used to practice. So those are 2 locations where practice would be available for the Super Bowl teams. So when will Seattle host a Super Bowl? The main things that will prevent us from hosting a Super Bowl is the weather and the supporting infrastructure, and the fact that we do not have a covered roof. So the requirements that we will most likely meet will be the stadium seating, entertainment areas, and practice space. But infrastructure, the covered roof, and parking and weather will most likely keep us from hosting a Super Bowl. But my prediction is around 2030 to 2035. But if the temperature keeps creeping up like it has historically the last 20 to 25 years, by 2040 and by 2045 we'll be up around 50 degrees. Parking, I'm sure, could be addressed by then. I doubt Lumen Field gets a retractable roof. I feel like that would have to happen like 25 years from now. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Infrastructure will hold us back for now, but by 2035, I'm sure infrastructure will not be a problem, especially with all these projects like Sound Transit 3, State Route 520, and the Eastlink extension all getting done before the year 2030. That is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. See you later.